Hello, it's Don here. Thanks for taking a few minutes to watch this video. This is the first video of probably 5 or 6 videos. And what I would like for you to do is watch the video in its entirety, and it will show you how the system operates. So Quantum Dispatch is not just a dispatching system like ITS Dispatch or Dr. Dispatch or so many other software out there. This is a complete operating platform, so it'll actually give you the opportunity to create best practices in your organization and to streamline the way you do business. You know, all great companies have one thing in common, and that is that they know how to manipulate and control their data, and they can get to information quickly. And that's why Quantum Dispatch should be such an important part of your company. So here's the main switchboard, and you have main operations for this button, and these are the tasks you can perform. Enter new loads or enter new orders. You can view open loads. You can view loads in transit. You can view the driver's list. You can manage the asset list. You can enter cash advance or fuel purchases. You can enter asset, and you can retrieve driver location. The second button, the functions related to the second button are setting up a new customer, setting up a new driver, customer invoices, loads delivered not billed, review driver trips, which is basically the owner-operator settlement function, view customer list, and export options. So you can get, this is a lot of your reports that you run. And then a quick look, which is the ability to browse the database so you can look up historical information. When you get your feet wet with entering loads, it should only take a minute, literally 1 minute, to enter a load. And that's important because nobody likes to enter loads, and I believe the way you've got your company set up, your dispatchers enter loads, and that's probably not the best practice, but at least it's not going to be a labor intensive practice. Okay, and then once we do this video, we're going to be walking through all of pretty much how your whole company evolves around the movement of customers' freight. That's how the software moves around. So that's just a little extra information. So now we're going to go back over to the main operations button, and we're going to enter a new order. So you just simply double click on that. It's going to give you a sub menu to either enter a new load or edit an existing load. So in this case, we'll enter a new load. And so we're going to pretend this is a C.H. Robinson load. And we're putting their C.H. Robinson number in right there. I entered it. I'm also going to be the dispatcher for this load. It's going to be a reefer. It's going to be, let's go back here for a second, assign load. That's when you assign it to the driver. So always set up your loads initially as assign no. Then over here, this is broker talk. You know, you get a call from a broker and they say, hey, I've got a load. It's one pick, one drop. Well, that's what this is. This is where you put that information. Okay, so it's going to be one pick and one drop. So it'll be 1/1. Pre-planned, well, it's not pre-planned for anybody yet, so we'll just keep on moving on. Ignore, deliver, load, and cancel. We'll go over those later in another video. So now we're going to choose our video. So the list drops down, and we're going to choose C.H. Robinson. And by the way, I'll show you how to enter on the fly, so that way you don't have to go back and forth to different screens. It does it automatically for you. And I believe ITS doesn't operate as efficient as this, but I'll show you anyway how easy it is to enter information on the fly, so to speak. Okay, so now we're going to enter the pickup number, and we'll say it's 300 pieces on 24 skids at 25,000 pounds. And the commodity is going to be foodstuffs. Pickup date, we'll say on the 11th. And we'll say by 1300. And we're going to bill C.H. Robinson for this load $1,500 all in. You can break it out into fuel surcharges or whatever, whatever is good for you. This memo field is the memo that shows up on the customer's invoice. So we'll say lumper reimburse with receipt attached. And these internal notes, by the way, are just notes that you want your office staff to see. Nobody else sees these. Drivers can't see them, customers can't see them, brokers can't see them. It's strictly internal. So now we'll go to the next screen, which is routing and stops. We'll start out by saying the first stop is going to be a pickup. And we're going to drop down the list here, and we're going to choose the pickup. And we'll say it's going to pick up in Snapple in Jacksonville, Florida. It's going to pick up on 10/11/2018 by 1300. It's going to be 24 skids, and it's going to weigh 24,000 pounds. Then the second stop is going to be the final delivery. You have three options: delivery, pickup, or final delivery. And we'll go over those later. But basically, anytime you want to put an end to the pickup and deliveries, you always choose final delivery. So we'll choose the customer. We'll say it's going to Food Lion in Greencastle, Pennsylvania. And it's going to deliver on the 13th at 1600 hours. It's going to be those 24 skids at 24,000 pounds. And of course, there's the phone number. Now, right here on this button, that M is your mileage button. This calculates the miles that your drivers can expect for that run to be. So it's 791 miles. And T is your taxable miles. As you can see, there's no miles broken down by state. And if you let IFTA, every load you do, it automatically calculates the trip miles broken down by state for taxes. And at the end of the quarter, you run the report, and it just takes 2 or 3 minutes to do your IFTA. I know you send your IFTA out to somebody, but if you want to bring it in-house, I can show you how to do it in 15 minutes each quarter. It's a snap, piece of cake. Okay, so here we'll click on T, and it'll calculate the taxable miles, which, as you can see, are there. So now, in just a short second, we've created a new load. There's the order details. There are the routing details and the stops. As you can see, it's picking up in Jacksonville. It's going to Greencastle. There are the miles by state. Now we can simply close that load, and when you go to view open loads, as you can see, here is the new load right here. So that is how you enter orders. Now let's enter another order, but this time I want to enter it on the fly, like it's brand new customer, existing, never used this company before, etc. So we're going to enter a new load, and we're going to go ahead and start out. You got the rate confirmation from the broker or the customer in your hand, and you can start by entering in their number. This is their number that they relate to. It's going to be entered by me, and I'm going to be the dispatcher on this load. It's going to be a reefer. I'm not going to assign it. It's going to be one pick, one drop. I'd say I have it planned for Charlie. Okay. And the broker is going to be, it's going to be Acme Trends. So we said AC, there's an Acme truck line, but there's no Acme Trends. So we'll hit it, keep going. And then finally, it's quit highlighting. So that means that the Acme Trends is not in the database. So we just, again, let me show you how that works. So you just start typing the name of the customer, ACMETR. So since you got all the way that far and you don't see the customer and the black highlight bar went away, that means it's time to enter the load or enter the new payor. So we've done that. Just press enter. And this will tell you that the customer is not in the database. So we'll enter it now. So this was entered by me. The customer is going to be ACME Trends. And it's going to be 4040 Main Street in Charlotte, North Carolina, 28204. And we're going to say the contact's going to be Greg V. And his email address is going to be greg@greg.com. And his phone number is going to be 704-555-1212. And we'll choose, if you have a sales rep, you can choose the sales rep for that. In this case, we'll just choose house. The account manager is usually the same as the dispatcher in this case. So we'll say I'm the account manager. And then right here where it says Sales Master, I'm going to click on that, close the load. Now, when I go to choose it again, as you can see, there's Acme Trends in the system. So you simply click on it, and we'll keep on going now. We'll enter their pickup number. We'll say it's 250 pieces, 36 skids, 5,000 pounds. We're going to say it's styrofoam cups. We'll say pick up on 10/13/2018 at 0800. And we're going to get $2,000 for this load. That's how much we're billing Acme Trends. Now we're going to go ahead and create the pickup. So it's going to be one pick. It's going to be a pickup. And we're going to say it's going to, we're going to make up a name. We're going to say it's going to Golden. Well, let's see here. Let's do something. It's going to be going to Gypsum, GYP. So as soon as it quit highlighting, that tells you that you can enter it in. So we're going to say Gypsum Products. And we're going to say up here, created by Don. And it's going to be GYPSUM Products. And it's going to be 12888 Harbor Lane, Jacksonville, Florida. And let's see here. I don't know the zip code for Jacksonville. So let's go ahead and look it up here. I'll just put in the fake zip code for now. And then I'm going to type in Jacksonville. And we'll say it's that zip code. Okay. Contact is going to be Greg V. And his email address is going to be, we're just going to say shipper@shipper.com. And the phone number is going to be 904. Okay. Now, when we close this, it'll automatically enter into the load, as you can see. So the stop date is going to be 10, I think we said 10/13. Let's back out here for a second. 10/13, I think is when we're picking it up. Yep. So the pickup's going to be 10/13 at 0800. It's going to be 20 or 36 skids at 5,000 pounds. Okay, the second stop is going to be going to, we'll say it's a final delivery. We're going to say grocery supply. And you see grocery supply is not in there because it quit searching. So we hit that's not in the database, and we'll keep going. And we'll say entered by Don. It's going to be grocery supply. I think we'll just say it's going to be in Mount Vernon, Virginia. And it's going to be this, I'm going to say the address is going to be Trade Street. And that's going to be in Mount Vernon, Virginia. And since we don't know the zip, we'll just put that in there and we'll type in Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon. So let's see if there is a Mount Vernon, Virginia. I don't know if there is or not. Mount Vernon. Okay, so there's not. So we'll just say Mount Vernon or Mount Victoria. And then I'm going to say Maryland. Okay, so now that loads in, and when we click it, see how it automatically puts it in. So we'll say the delivery date's going to be 10/15 at 0900. It's going to be those 36 at 5,000 pounds. And now we'll calculate the miles for the trip. And there it is, 680. And then we'll click create the tax. So it's done. Now this load is in the system. And as you can see, even with me just slowly talking through it, it only took about a minute or